What's up, guys? Welcome back. Boujee Boys. It's the Rebirth with some new co-hosts. I got Michael Frazier, Alex Weeks, or AKA related to Elon.
Facts.
All right. So anyways. All right. So just kind of introduce you guys, get into the whole get to know us kind of thing. And we'll start with Michael Frazier.
Hey, what's up, guys? Mike Frazier. I'm the owner of Premier Legacy Builders. I own a small remodeling company. We do a lot of higher end remodeling. So I met Ray through another friend who I actually remodeled part of his home in his backyard, and who was actually through Alex. And me, Alex, and Ray became quick friends, and we've been friends for quite a while now. And Ray was doing this thing. He said, "You guys should come on." And I was like, "I'd love to come on as a guest." And he said, "Why don't you come on as a host?"
Yeah.
I thought it'd be exciting and, see where it leads. And I'm interested to get started and learn more about who's out there through interactions with you guys, for you guys to get to know these guys the way that I do. And you'll really find a love for them. So I'm really excited to do this.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it's funny how everyone's connected through like some way or another, the web that we have. Alex, what about you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, hey, thanks for having me on, Ray. Like Mike, we all met through common friends. Of course, I introduced Mike to a couple of friends, and then he met you, and we just gelled really good together. So I'm don't have my own business, one day maybe, but I would think I'm a good outside entity that can look at things and kind of glean information from it. And I got some of my own good stories of rebuilding stuff and requesting services from Mike, and also learning a lot from Ray. So I think this is going to be amazing. And then if we can get other people to interject and feed some stories to us, we're all going to learn together and kind of find out a little bit more about each other. But just a little background history. 30 years ex-military, worked for the state of Washington for a little while in their IT department, worked for the VA now, but one day I want to become an entrepreneur. And I think we can really share some common stories that will benefit not only our own little team here, but our listeners as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, it's funny how like we have our conversation, and then the idea of this podcast was more or less we have these normal conversations amongst ourselves all the time. And it's interesting. There's a lot that we learn from each other, a lot we learn from other people, and just having these conversations. And I think, other than being entertaining, it goes a long way. And I think, if we continue to do the same thing we're doing, just like here on a podcast, I think it'll open up a lot of doors. I mean, a lot of stuff that we find useful that I'm sure people out there will find useful. Like you said, Alex, things that you've learned from Mike and then learned from me, and then we've learned from you, things like that. I think it goes around full circle, and I think it is definitely has a lot. We have a lot of content to put out there. I think anywhere from funny to serious, we'll have a whole hill, and it'll be a big ride, a nice little ride of emotions.
I agree with you a lot. I feel like the conversations that we have, they do like the wave. You know what I mean? Like personal, professional, and places we want to go, and places we've traveled and gone together and gone separately. I feel like it's such an amazing life and world, and blessed to have friends to share that with, that have the same direction and, goals. I feel like a lot of people that are getting up to our age are slowing down, or in the past have slowed down. And I just don't feel that way. You know what I mean? I don't feel that way. I feel like there's so much more to do in life and professionally. And I'm not one of those guys that's like, I'm ready to retire and just relax and maybe travel a little bit. Like, I want to travel, but I also want to work. Like, I have a lot of goals and a lot of things that I still have to give to this world. So for me, this podcast is a lot of that. It's like I want to give to the world. And I feel like, the conversations that we have between each other, like you said, are going to be really interesting for people to hear.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll caveat on that. I think that what we do in a lot of our conversations are about longevity, the balance of work, life, and family, as well as the enjoyment we get out of our life and how to prolong that. So we even talk about how to make ourselves healthier, what we see that works and what doesn't work. So as we age and as we become those family figures, how we're presenting ourselves, how we're extending our life, and how we're taking good care of our families are definitely topics of interest.
Yeah, I mean, we've all three of us served in the military. We have experience in the military. We're all husbands. We're all fathers. We kind of all the different hats in our life that we're all similar. Three of us have kind of gone through together. We have between the three of us have a lot to share, and I think it'll it'll pan out. I think we'll have a lot of fun doing this. I mean, when we have just even meeting each other, just hitting it right off the bat is just liking all wine and wine tasting and meeting friends through wine, going out to traveling, going around the world. We've got a trip coming up next year, Christmas. We're going over to Europe for Christmas markets.
Looking forward to that. Prague. We start in Prague, right?
Yeah.
I can't wait for that trip.
Prague, and we're going to Germany and a bunch of places, Nuremberg.
Oh, I think we're going to do podcast during that. So
yeah,
everybody out there is going to see that.
We will take our equipment and we will bring it out there.
I think that'd be great for the audience to see where we're going and what we're doing and the enjoyment that we find.
Yeah. And for those of you just tuning in for the first time, my name's Ray. I'm a firefighter paramedic, and now slowly trying to I've been doing that for about 25 years, but now I'm trying to venture, like he was saying, like little entrepreneurship, trying to start a small side business, whether it's a hobby or a business, or just trying to build something out of it, but going into leather crafting, laser cutting, I like to dabble in a lot of different things. I think it's ADHD, but I found something I really liked, and I'm trying to get into it more with the creating products and just kind of building a brand in general. Not necessarily one particular brand, or one particular item, just trying to build a brand where my name gets a little bit more known just for seeing the logo and be like, oh yeah, it's Louis Vuitton. It's Ray Waliany. But
One day.
just something to keep my ADHD busy. But at the same time, I think like with your stuff, wanting to help others and like kind of help give to this community that way. And whether it's making nice things through stories and through, we all have a story, and that's where like I have my slogan, my signature, my story. You have your what was it? Your dreams.
Oh, your dreams under construction.
Under construction. Yeah. So I think a lot of those slogans kind of ties into all this too. And I think we'll have fun. But quick disclaimer, all our opinions, everything we say kind of are just our opinions. It doesn't reflect any other entity, any other jobs, any other businesses that we may run or be a part of. It's just us, bullshitting with each other. And I'll have that little automated thing where you have like the AI talking like viewer discretion is advised.
I can agree with that because our stories are probably going to go some crazy places, and we want them to. Like we want to be open and have great conversations with each other with not a lot of limits. There are some things that we definitely are not going to talk about.
Yeah.
We're definitely not going to talk about politics.
Politics, heavy religion or particular religion, things like that, but everything else I think is pretty fair game. It's I got nothing. It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of comedy. It's not just
I'll say
stuff.
cheers.
Yes, let's bust open the wine. Here we got this going. Cheers.
Cheers.
And we are definitely going to talk about wine and wineries that we love and places that you guys should check out. It's a really funny story because a lot of people that meet me, unless you know me, you would not think that I'm a wine drinker.
Yeah.
Like I don't appear to be a wine drinker. I don't live in that lifestyle, but
I don't think we fit the mold of it, like profile, like a traditional wine person.
Right. Like firefighter, construction worker.
Yeah. You don't think, wine.
Like all of us are ex-military. Like you don't, if you met us in the street, you wouldn't say that guy's a winemaker. But wine has really opened my eyes. Like who wants to be drinking vodka and have a hangover on Sunday morning and recovering for 3 days? Why not drink some wine, really enjoy yourself?
I feel like the wine's cleaner.
Oh yeah. Super clean. And I just enjoy it more. And the people that I meet are so amazing. I think that is a misconception that has been throughout time, that people that drink wine are like stuffy and a little bit stuck up, and it's so not true.
I know that's what I thought at first, when I first experienced with wine, but then after meeting a lot of the people in the industry and meeting Kieran and Sherry and a bunch of other people that do wine stuff, they've opened my eyes that they're not what I thought they were. They're a lot more down to earth, more human, more fun to be with.
I mean, imagine if they get the opportunity to meet Megan and Kelly on the show, like amazing people, amazing in the wine industry.
We have so many guests that we can pull on this out of within the industry itself that I think it'll be good. But since we're talking about wine and we're having our wine, you want to open up with tell us about this bottle.
Oh, so
I know you got some stories too with that link to this particular winery too. So if you want to get into it,
I'd love to.
Tell us about it.
So this is a bottle of Cantos Cabernet Sauvignon. So yeah, check out that bottle.
Awesome.
Some Cantos.
So these wines are made by two brothers, and the two brothers were raised by a father. Now the whole story goes like this. So the father, he was a pilot, he was a winemaker, and he was a wheat farmer.
Wow.
So he had three sons, and the three sons are a wheat farmer, a winemaker, and a pilot. So the wheat farmer.
So the dad did all three?
He did all three.
And then the sons took one of each and kind of.
So in Walla Walla, they're really huge. Their family is still on the board of the very first bank west of the Mississippi. Yeah, that's crazy, right? So then the wheat farmer and the winemaker, they make this wine now. And I just think I've met the brothers, and they are just amazing people. And I really feel a connection to this wine, not to mention that it's some of the best wine I've ever had. I mean, I've never had a bottle.
Every time we have a bottle, I truly enjoy it.
Yeah. I don't go, if I have the choice, if I'm going to take a wine, I think it's most times it's a Cantos.
Cantos is even one of the ones that you buy. They have a little bit more expensive bottle, the Boss. And that's one of the ones that you like. It's so good that you like gift it to people as as a gift to some of your customers and things like that. And it's just, you wouldn't put your name behind something like that and give it as a gift if you didn't believe in it. And I think that says a lot too. So it's a truly good winery.
And you guys know, if you're out there and you're a wine drinker, that, the story and the people around it really tie to that wine as well. You know what I mean? Like you can be out and have an experience that you'll never forget, and that ties to the wine that you were drinking at that time. I love the environment. I love wine. This is some of my favorite for sure.
It's kind of like a lot of businesses when it comes to the why of why people do, what is your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? And getting these stories behind the winemakers and why they're doing what they do and how they came to be. I think that, resonates with the people and kind of ties you into where, you support them and you like the wine, not only because it tastes good, but also because of the story behind it. Those ones are, if you got two bottles of wine and you had to choose one, they're both good wines, but you probably end up with the ones that you support, the ones that you connect with the most. Or we just drink them all.
I'm glad you mentioned this, because here in Washington State, you can find so many winemakers, and each one, they have their individual stories, and you can connect with the passion that each one of those families and people, the winemakers, have gone through, and they're super personable here. I mean, you get to go to the winery and they'll walk you through it. What was it? The name of the winery with the old dude that was walking us through it? Come on, help me out here.
That winery was...
Come on, we just had a bottle the other night. Oh, gosh.
We had a lot of bottles.
Pepperbridge. Pepperbridge.
Pepperbridge. One of the first winemakers out there, yeah.
I remember when last time he came out and you guys were, that's the guy that took us through, and he shows up like every day in the afternoon and
checks on the customers,
talks to people, and checks into how people are doing. And he's an older gentleman, and he's still going strong.
First time we met him, I wasn't with you guys. I was with Karen and Sherry Murray, and he came out and gave us a tour. And the night before, he was in the hospital, and he just put his shoes on and said, "I got work to do," and left the hospital and came out and gave us a tour, which I thought that was like, there's a passion.
Yeah.
Like somebody's got a passion for something, and there it is.
And that's the old school in there, because, you don't get a lot of that these days.
No, you don't.
And that passion and that's the thing is, you find that passion of what you like. And that seems like, even like for you, like it didn't start off that way, but it became like building people's dreams. Like construction is becoming more of a passion of yours, which I know you really, in the beginning, if you had asked yourself 10, 15 years ago, you probably didn't even have construction in the background of thinking about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. When I was young, I did construction. Absolutely. I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it. And I think it was because the people that were around me that were doing it. And, Alex is really the pin in the machine that started me on this path. I'm very blessed to have found that path. And a lot of that is due to people in your life. So if you have the right people in your life, really, you can go places.
Support you and believe in you.
Yeah.
I mean, because and I think it says a lot too, is like doing these kind of businesses where you're working for someone else is just not the same as doing it for yourself. When you start your own company and do your own thing and you're doing it you're the boss and you kind of set the pace of how you want to do it. I think it's a little bit more enjoyable, a lot more stress of running a business and doing stuff, but I think it pays off rather than taking orders.
I do want to add something because you're probably going to hear me say this more than once. People that say if you do what you love, you don't work. That is not true.
You work a lot.
You work a lot, but what you give back, what you give back is it's so much more rewarding.
I mean, it's the same thing. Like as a firefighter, it was like, oh yeah, why do you do this? And then the typical answer is because I love my community. I want to serve my community, and I'm like, I'm over that. That was great for the first 5 years. Now I'm just like, I enjoy the job, it has its ups and downs, but yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into it. And, there's a lot of sitting around, but it's work hard to play hard,
Very true.
Okay, guys. So this is our first meeting. We got some introductions. We got a little bit of the wiggles out, right? I feel like we got a little bit of the wiggles out.
Got an idea what we need to improve and what we need to change, whether lighting or equipment wise?
Well, because I got shoved into the workout room. Number one, I don't want to be here again. And then secondly, probably the next few, I'm going to be right there with you guys.
Yeah, we'll pick a date. We'll find a date because it can be any day. We just find a day that we're off. I'm off most of the week, unless I'm getting sucked in for overtime. But yeah, you tell me you guys' schedule, we'll make it work.
So in case we actually put this out for everybody, Ray, how often do you want to do this? Once a week?
I think we can start off with once a week, and if that ends up being too frequent or we don't have enough content or too much content, we can adjust from there and go every other week. I mean, I'm fine with the week because it gives us a reason to get together every week and drink wine and decompress for the week,
Yeah. And I feel like if we put this out there, I just really want to keep touching on us talking with each other and the people out there. Like, who knows where this is going to go? It would be fun to put this out and then see a year, 6 months from now, what this video looked like.
Yeah, how much it's improved and how much we've improved everything, and even just bringing guests. I think the networking aspect of it we can meet new people through this, where people are watching and want to be a part of it or interact with us. We meet new people, but that also they have a chance to meet new people as well that we know. Bring on. I think having different guests would be great, and I'm interested to see where this goes. Like I said, 1 year from now, 2 years from now, as long as you force me to keep it up, we keep doing it.
Oh yeah, and I feel like you guys are going to be missing out if you don't join us, even if it's not every single week. I feel like we all have a lot of stories. I mean, just our military service.
Yeah.
You, Alex, you served 30 years. How many stories do you have? Ray.
I don't know. But did you blow up a porta potty? Never threw a grenade in a porta potty. I was young and stupid.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the roof goes flying. I mean, I will not admit to that because there's no statute of limitations yet.
All right, guys, this has been great. Thank you so much. Yeah. And I am sorry I got to cut out, but let's do it again. I think we're going to have to do it again, try to tie on even sooner, get a better recording where we get like an hour or two solid time.
I mean, even if it's like, as long as I'm not working the next day, I can, as late as we need to be, if we need to do it later for your guys' schedule.
Right.
Yeah, works for me. Earlier in the day too. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
If you guys are free,
if I can be there earlier, man, I will be. It's just otherwise you're going to see me on camera.
And we'll have a little bit of more snacks, like charcuterie boards and stuff like that. We'll get some snacks going when we're all here.
Yeah, you like that language. I like that.
All right, everybody out there, it's great to meet you guys. I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Ray, thank you so much for having us on.
Coming over, and we'll see you guys next time.
Next time. Can't wait.